Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom coming to you from Dublin. I'm back for another Eurovision reaction video. Today I'm reacting to the revamp of We Are One by Wild Youth. They're representing Ireland in Eurovision 2023. I'm going to listen, react and see how this could do in semi-final number 1. So let's kiki. As always, you can use the progress bar if you want to skip to a particular part of the video. If you can't understand me, you can turn on subtitles here and slow down the video. So I've already reacted to the original of this song. I did that when I did my Ireland national final video. I also reacted to the result as well, where I went into a lot of detail about what is wrong with Ireland currently in Eurovision. Obviously, we're on this non-qualification streak of 3. Plus, we're currently last in the rankings of all 45 countries who've competed in the last 10 years. So yeah, we're at emergency stations. I'm not going to say all those things I said before, but in summary, I think that Wild Youth were definitely the best performers in the national final. It was a case of a very professional band who know how to perform against a lot of slightly amateurish and inexperienced, who I felt had better songs. So in the end, definitely fair play to Wild Youth. They are very, very excellent performers, and that was the deciding factor. I think the song is okay. It's very bland, very beige. It's not terrible. I don't see people having this at the bottom of their rankings. But for most people, it's in the middle. They don't really care that much about it. And people don't vote for their 12th, 13th, 14th favorite song. They vote for their first, second, third song, if they vote for anyone at all. So the issue is that it's so inoffensive, so generic that people just don't care enough about it. And this is leaving us bottom of pretty much every single poll that's being done right now. We see polls on Reddit where we're only above San Marino. We see polls on the My Eurovision scoreboard, which is a fan voting app, and we're pretty much last there. So all the sources of information that we currently have show that the song has been received pretty poorly. Again, people don't hate it, they just don't care about it, and that's what happens when you send something that's quite generic. When I heard that Wild Youth were going, I was excited. I thought we were going to get like an indie rock song. For some reason, they got rid of their sound to go write a song for Eurovision, which again is one of these main problems with Ireland, is thinking there's this formula to write baby food songs for Europeans. Just write a good song and you'll do well. There's no recipe or secret combination that's needed. You just need to send quality and authenticity. What am I hoping for the revamp? I'm actually hoping they go back to their actual sound, which is more authentic to them, more indie. Get rid of the kind of formulaic tick box things that they've put into this song. Give it a lot more edge. As much change as possible, definitely a lyrical change as well. The lyrics in the first song were very cringy, very cliche. Look, realistically, Ireland's in a dire situation right now, so we need a big change. We need to show some level of self-awareness that this really needs to be quite different if it's going to have a remote chance of qualifying from the more difficult first semi-final. Obviously going to keep a super open mind. I'm rooting for them to make these changes. Visually, it would be great to see some big ideas, but realistically, I think the song is the biggest priority right now. Performance-wise, I'm not worried. They'll be able to perform anything great. They are great performers. The biggest issue is this song. Really rooting for them. I hope that they've made these big changes and they've given themselves a fighting chance in Liverpool. Want to know my secret bang? Come on, lads. You gotta fix this. Okay, that's a retro looking thing. They've got these masks on. It does sound very similar so far. The silver mask of the face seems a bit risky now. I don't know what they're going for there. Okay, it sounds the exact same to me so far. Maybe that guitar is new, but that's not really a big change. Come on, lads, something bigger than that. Okay, I think the lyrics are the same as well. That's a little bit disappointing. Yeah, the lyrics are the same. Okay, it seems like there's more piano. I'm not hearing any revamp. I'm sorry, this sounds exact same to me. Yeah, this is the same. Is this a revamp? Maybe I'm listening to the wrong version. This sounds the exact same to me. I can't hear anything different. No, I hear nothing different. Where's my revamp? This isn't a revamp. This isn't a revamp. Oh my god. I didn't hear anything different. And this staging concept is wacky with this thing on their face. They're not even going for a reveal. Why are the things covering their face? Is this them, or is it like people doing stand-ins for them? Maybe they weren't able to film the video in time. This is worse than the Late Late Show. This visual concept is just lazy. Like, it's kind of crazy, but in a bad way. We saw today Austria was crazy in the best possible way. This is like just crazy. I don't hear anything. Where is the revamp? I don't hear anything at all. Yeah, God, what a disappointment. This is what I can't pick out anything. Fucking hell. Okay, is this new? I don't think so. Like, padding in a boom boom clap, that is not new. That's adding in another cliche. Check out, I don't know if that was in there before, I can't remember. Okay, so they are doing a reveal now. Oh my god, guys, that was a disaster. Oh, come on. Fucking hell, I thought my expectations were low going into that. They should have been lower. What was that? There was nothing there. I couldn't pick out anything new at all. And then the music video, bloody hell, that's cheap as F. It was just them with masks on. Why did they have masks on? There's got to be some reason for that. Maybe they weren't able to sing, or they're planning to change the lyrics and they didn't want their lips to look out of sync, or it almost looks like they're embarrassed that they're in it and they've got masks on. That was the least revamp I've ever heard of. I could not pick out anything new. Now, I haven't been listening to this song much. I haven't listened to the song once. I haven't downloaded it because I think it's terrible. But I would still, if it was big enough for change, I would notice it. Like, I haven't listened to Albania's song either since it won. And I'm still expecting to be able to pick out all the new differences despite the fact it was 3 months ago. I can't hear anything new there. That's not a revamp. That's maybe a slight bit of just adding in some small tiny extra things or turning up the volume on some parts, but I heard nothing new there. The lyrics are the same. There's been a lot of quite open feedback and a lot of information out there saying this isn't working, this formula is not thing, you're gonna have to make some changes. And that's like, I couldn't discern any changes there. If they are there, they are as minimal as can possibly be. Visually, I was expecting, okay, as I said at the start of the video, I don't even think visually, I don't think it can be saved entirely on visuals alone. I think the song would have to change and then have strong visuals. That doesn't give me any implication that they've any visual concept whatsoever. It was just them performing in a box with things over their head, which they didn't explain, so it's very confusing and unusual. I would say this is lipstick on a pig, but I think it's not even lipstick. It's maybe like lip balm on a pig, because I don't even see the difference. At least lipstick on your pig, you've put some lipstick on, there's a little bit of color. I don't even see the color, it's lip balm. I can't even see it unless I go really close and squint. It's just, oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm trying to not get angry now, but I am a little bit angry. Yeah, look, I've taken 5 minutes, honestly. I'm just really disappointed in this. I wanted them to go back to their authentic sound, give this a more indie feel somehow, just really change it up. Look at how dire all the signals were and just do something really big. Listen to all the feedback. It is tough when you are getting criticized from so many people. I totally admit that, but sometimes that is a shitty thing to go through, but it's necessary. Better to get that criticism now than just absolutely bomb out in the semi-final, because this is an opportunity for them to show themselves off to potentially 160 million people if they make the final, obviously significantly less in the semi-final. So I want them to succeed, but like that revamp for me, I barely could pick out what the difference was. One of the biggest things a lot of people had was the lyrics. That's been totally ignored. The lyrics are all the same. Lyrics are very easy to change. Jazz in a couple of things, just show some self-awareness or just some acknowledgement that you've listened to criticism. Maybe they're just like deciding to zone it all out and they think that they know what's best. Or this first semi-final is absolutely brutal. Let's have a look and see who's in this first semi. They're in the first half of the first semi-final. Plus, with this anthemic feel, it's very likely that this will open the show. On top of that, because it's so low down on everyone's rankings and in the odds, they can't really have much of a complaint for being put first. If they were a contender to win, they could argue a little bit more. We're a contender, you can't put us first. Everyone, they're bottom of so many lists right now, it makes sense to have them as a sacrificial lamb at the start. So on the plus side, at least we are actually doing, well, this isn't a revamp, but at least the concept of a revamp at all is existing in Ireland. You know, this is something we've needed for a long time and we haven't revamped. So at least they've set a precedence that maybe people next year will start doing this as well. Overall, I thought the national final was generally better, but we've ended up with a worse song than last year. Last year was much better than this, and visually she had more of an idea with her music video was very simple, but it had much more interesting ideas and colors in it. This is black and white with silver sacks over their head. It's so lazy and minimalist to me. Maybe they're holding off for a big surprise, but I just really can't find any positives from that. It just, oh man, it's like, I'm just looking to see now what my reaction is. All right, I don't know what to say. Look, this, I can't see this qualifying from semi-final number one. The quality is just really good. And even the songs that are like slightly dodgy that people are not that hot on, like Croatia have a huge visual impact. Latvia's got a really, really strong following behind it. People either love it or hate it. Malta's got a good song that's very fun. Norway's doing great on the streaming numbers. Portugal, not sure what they're sending yet. Serbia's going to be amazing visually. And then we've got Azerbaijan, who always sends something very strong. Sweden's going to have Lorraine. We've got Karia. We've got Unicorn, My Lady's Crowns. We've got Moldova with Sun and Moon Song. We got Switzerland. Who's going to go through all of that and at the end go, oh yeah, I like the kind of really generic song from 20 years ago with the lads with the silver masks on? There's no planet that exists that would happen in. And I don't think this will qualify from semi-final number 2. I can see people saying, oh, it's in the top semi. This wouldn't qualify from semi-final number 2 either. There's better songs in semi-final number 2. This is one of the weakest songs this year. Again, the Eurovision scoreboard app is all the songs together. It's not separated. The odds are all together. Again, Ireland's one of the lowest down in that as well. The Reddit poll that are going around, same thing. Everyone mixed together, it's bottom of that. So how many sources do you need of people saying that this just isn't working before you admit that, okay, this just generally isn't working, the song is not strong enough? Look, I'm disappointed. I probably wait and film this tomorrow morning, but I've done it now. So if they can pull a rabbit out of the hat with some sort of incredible staging, or they get some sort of luck in the draw, who knows, maybe this might scrape through. Even if it scrapes through, the song itself does not show an improvement or a development in our music or showing off who we are as a country. I don't think this song has any Irishness in it at all. It feels like a very Melfest reject, and it was written by a guy who writes for Melfest. It's not just about the result, it's a bit like, if we had an amazing song and didn't qualify, I'd be happy with that. You know, Brooke last year, I felt that was improvement. I felt it was like really like making progress. It was a good song, she had a great show, didn't qualify, still felt like we're making progress. Even if this qualifies, I think it's a step backward. I don't know how many bad results we need before something will actually start to change, but yeah, I'm just like giving up at this point. I'm just gonna start standing my other countries, Finland and Austria and Serbia. I'll obviously cheer if they get through, but I'd just be so surprised. It would really shock me. All right, that's what I thought about the revamp of We Are One. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. See you in another version reaction video very soon. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.